again, my lovelies. I hope you are doing well. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Here we go again. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome in if you're new. Wonderful place. You're going to find out that everybody is friendly here and helpful. And now is the part where I hand it over to you guys on the reading for little 15-year-old Thomas Medlin, who is missing from Long Island, New York. He went across the bridge and didn't come out the other side, allegedly. His parents are saying there's no way you'd know if he did because the camera's obscured. There's a lot of questions here. Was he lured by someone online and so forth? So I'm going to be jumping all over chat. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let me see where. All right, Jennifer Swain, you're up first. I'm just grabbing random order. Question: was Thomas tricked about the identity of a person? Let's find out together. So, the question that's being posed, why is it not showing up? Hold on, y'all. There, and let's make it larger so that it can be seen a little better. Let me get it. And let's move it down here. That way, as the questions are asked, we have them pinned on the board for you to read yourself. And we don't forget the question. All right, good deal. Question: was Thomas tricked about the identity of this person? Now I have so many cameras, all right? I got this one. I got that one over there. Ooh, reverse. Just in the middle of the deck, we definitely have some defensiveness and some backstabbing going on. Let's go ahead and see what the answer is. Everything is alleged, my humble opinion, and my interpretation of the cards. Now, I read True Crime Tarot. I also know traditional tarot, and it is not the same meanings. So you'll have to bear with me. Everybody reads tarot a different way. My interpretation may not be the same as yours, and that's just fine too. All right, you guys, let's get into this for Thomas. Question, and make sure you put question in front of your question so that I see it, and I will do my best to answer as many as I can. Was Thomas tricked about the identity of a person, we'll say? I don't know what they're barking at. It's very warm out, so we may have walkers. Thomas Medlin and this person. Yes. Judgment is a finality. It always means yes in the tarot. When you ask a question, if judgment pops out, you usually also get other cards that give you reasoning behind. I have held on too tight. So this person could be holding Thomas in a sense. You're asking, question, was Thomas tricked about the identity of the person? We definitely have judgment. And that means, yes, this person has been weighed, measured, and found wanting. Now, when we go over here, we've got this holding on too tight. As you can see, the tarot, he is like sitting on it. He's holding it to his chest. He's got his feet on it. He's keeping it to himself. And it is a sense of restraint. Y'all, let me go just see why the dogs are going nuts. It's alive. It's alive, darling. Boys. Okay, there's nothing to bark at. No more barking, guys. Mama sees it. All right, sorry about that. Just making sure. That's enough, boys. Come on. Come here, Jack. Come, Lucky. Come. Hold on a minute. Shh. Mama working. When we're done, I will give you a treat, but you have to wait. You need to go lay down and be a good boys. I love you. Okay. They're so cute. Jack's like tipping his head. So we definitely have a person involved here that is luring, tricking Thomas. Let's see what else comes with that answer. I like to have 3 if possible. We've got 2. Yes, again, aces are yes, always in the tarot. And we have this Ace of Pentacles. Remember, in the previous reading, we had the debt card. D-E-B-T, debt. And this is almost like a coin, right? Ace of Pentacles. This person, forgive me, may have something on, because this is often evidence in a sense. It's tangible. May have something on Thomas, if you will. And then finally, here's the dude with the offer, right? That's the dude making the offer. He seems regal. This is somebody that I don't think people would suspect this person. The answer is more than likely. I would lean toward it. It's either in favor or not in favor, and the answer is, according to the cards, favorable. That this person did lure or trick Thomas with a different identity. Boys, that's enough. All right, let me scroll up here. Try to grab everybody's questions. Question: was Thomas in a relationship with a male? Was Thomas in a relationship with a male? Allegedly. Ace of Pentacles, we have a yes. With the Page of Wands, we have the Child. And that's a phallic symbol. Now, this doesn't mean that this person and him had a physical relationship. It could have been an online, hidden relationship. Page of Swords, a stalker. A spy. This is somebody that is a witness to everything, and they're seeing it all, but they're not necessarily speaking up. This is a witness, a seer, somebody that saw it. This could be the stalking energy. We have the yes. We have 2 pages suggesting this is someone young at heart. Doesn't mean they're young physically. Look, mental imprisonment. So we have this mental imprisonment that this person has put on to Thomas. 8 of Swords is mental imprisonment. Can be seen as self-imprisonment. In other words, if you stole a grape, okay, from the store, and then you heard we're putting an APB out on someone that stole a grape, right? All of a sudden you get this mental imprisonment. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God. So there's some kind of coercion that this page has put on to, this Page of Swords has put on to Thomas. We're learning a lot. You guys are asking great questions. Carla Burgeon. Question: is Thomas's dad involved in him going missing? All right. Is Thomas's dad allegedly involved in him going missing? Card up. We have 10 of Pentacles, meaning home life, family, legacy. Tower. This is unexpected to the family. This is unexpected to the family. They had no idea. I've got autofocus on. They had no idea. No idea. This is total unexpected. Boom. Like they thought everything was happy. Everything was go lucky. Just like they're saying. Exactly like they're saying. In their mind, there was nothing to be upset about. There was nothing going wrong. They had everything. Their finances are good. They have legacy. They have a happy family. And then boom, the unexpected tower has arrived. So that's horrifying. So no, negative, unlikely. Let's go ahead and get one more card about this tower. They're heartbroken and they do feel betrayed. And they do feel that somebody betrayed their son. They feel 3 forms of pain. That's what they feel. That this is unexpected event that they would have never dreamed happening. They thought everything was fine. Now they're heartbroken. They feel like their son may have betrayed them, but they also are worried about what? A third party. And that's because of this 3 of Swords is about third party involvement. 3 swords, not 2, 3 hearts. So definitely bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. They're truth speaking. What they're sharing is the truth. So negative. I do not believe that, definitely do not believe that the father had anything to do with it. Debbie Gazzardo, question. Has Thomas been having an abusive relationship with an older male? And I only do one question at a time, so you can't do and, because it just gets too long. So is Thomas having an abusive relationship with an older male? All right. I don't even know if he's having a relationship with a male. It's just that the cards did suggest it. So we're going to go with it. Allegedly. Was he having an abusive relationship with a male? Let's just see what we get. There's an answer. We definitely have third party. We have 3 people. So this is a blueprint, a plan. There's an action being taken. Like following an action. Is he being abused by a male? So it's almost telling me it's not just a male, that there is other people. And that there's this victory. This victory, like they're trying to solve a problem and they win. And then we have the death card. So the plan might be to be victory over death. Could be faking a death. King of Swords, there he is. There's the dude. Whoever this is to Thomas, this is the dude of authority. This is not a younger male. This is an older male. I would say yes. I would lean toward affirmative. It's positive. Or negative answer, and it's positive. That's scary. Family's probably right. Okay, let me go ahead and see what other questions we have. I'm just, like I said, going all over the board, trying to make sure I catch everybody's questions as they ask. Zoe, does Thomas want to be found? Excellent questions. That's why we do these, because you guys are amazing at these questions. Does Thomas want to be found? Thank you, Jesus. Does Thomas want to be found? Page of Pentacles, there's Thomas. All right. So we've got his energy. Okay. I'll take it if it comes out. Queen of Wands, power. Okay. To the Chariot. Boy, that doesn't give me that clear of an answer. It could go so many ways. Bottom of the deck, 9 cups, laid to rest, move to calmer ground. An exchange to balance something out with the Knight and the King of Swords. There's almost like a grooming male with another young one, and the young one was used to groom Thomas. There's like 3 people here. Thomas and 2 others walk away. So this person convinced Thomas to walk away. It's toxic as crap. Holding back, confusion, a nightmare he can't wake up from. Very phallic male. Lovers. Y'all, did they get a young one that got groomed, that is grooming others to bring them in, and that person groomed Thomas? Does Thomas want to be found? I think so at this point. Let's go ahead and ask it one more time, see if I can get a more clear answer. Does Thomas want to be found? Right now, how does Thomas feel about being found currently? Today is February 2nd, 22 of 2026. My mom's birthday. Yes, he wants to be found swiftly. He wants swift action. He wants swift action. He wants to celebrate. That is the truth. He wants found. It wasn't what he thought. Sending protection over Thomas. Strength, which is prayer. He's in a mental place. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. We have the magician. It was an illusion. He was tricked. It's not what he thought. Wow. So with that Knight of Swords, that is the swift action, man. And that sword, swift action. All right. Let's see what else we have. Hey, Adele. What a great reading tonight, Mama D. Thank you, love. All right, let's see. Debbie Gazzardo. Question, could this older male be a family friend? Let's put it this way. Let's ask it a little stronger. Very good line of questioning. How about, does the family, do the mom and dad, do the mother and father of Thomas Medlin know, like acquainted with this masculine energy surrounding this King of Swords, surrounding Thomas, the Emperor? The father may know him. Aries energy. There's that offer. They may. Whoop. Yeah, Page of Swords. This person's been around the family and is seen as somebody that they would never think in a million years to be involved in this. Show me this. They're the key. They're the key. Show me this Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Emperor. They know this. This family member is aware of this individual. They just would never. Justice, the Emperor. Ooh, this could be somebody in authority. Why is the Justice card coming out? Rope, securing something. This might mean something if the family is watching with the rope, the Justice. We have revenge. Bottom of the deck, jealousy. Somebody's very jealous of this family. Very jealous of the family. We have revenge, betrayal, ego, planned. Could the family have any enemies? You know what I'm saying? I do feel that the family knew this toxic person, but they don't see him as toxic. They see him as somebody that is high on the horse, that is prim and proper, that is truthful, that has money. But the angels are saying they're the ones that are doing this. And it's being hidden, the moon. All right, we'll take a few more questions. Make sure and put the word question out in front of your question so that I can draw some cards to get your answer. So when I'm looking at Debbie's question, could this older male be a family friend? It leans towards yes. It definitely leans towards yes. Let's see here. Zoe, is Thomas with a male or female? Well, there's no gender in the tarot. But we did get the word male, and so I would lean toward a masculine for sure, and possibly a female. But there's no male or female energy. It's either masculine or feminine, so I can't really answer that. Questions, Thomas being held against his will? Nikki UK. Good question. Is Thomas being held against his will? King of Pentacles. Long term, long time, favorable to long time. The Devil, toxic, chained. You see how this person they're chained together, and then there's the Devil. I almost feel like one of these people is Thomas. The other is the person that was used to lure him. And then this is that King of Swords guy, whoever that is. Bottom of the deck, the lovers. I kid you not. Right? So the answer would be yes. There is a addiction, maybe not addiction, but a attachment that is keeping Thomas from leaving. Whether that's physical or mental, it is definitely something against Thomas. Let's see who else had a question. Jennifer Swain, was Thomas ever on the bridge? Ooh, good question. All right, you guys. Was Thomas ever on the bridge? And then I'll take one more after this. Was Thomas ever on that bridge? Was Thomas himself ever on the bridge? Queen of Cups would lean towards yes. Queen of Cups, the seer, he saw. Ace of Swords, yes. And then we have the Hermit following his guide. He's following someone's guide to do it. But he was on the bridge, according to this. Ace of Swords. That's clarity, too. This is the seer. He physically saw it. Yes, he was on the bridge. Hermit, Virgo energy. This is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Leo. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. But I also am picking up Gemini. Yes, Thomas was on the bridge, according to the cards. All right, my loves, like I said, one more. It goes so fast, doesn't it? When we get together, and it's just like a half hour. It's just like poof, gone. All right, my loves, hopefully this gets us somewhere. We're learning more every day. Jennyville. Is Thomas with a coach or a teacher? He knows. Is Thomas with a coach or a teacher? He knows. Is Thomas swift action? Knight of Swords. Do you see this energy? Is Thomas with a coach or a teacher? Or someone he knows? Okay, so we have travel. We have swift action of traveling to who? Page of Swords, the spy. So there's a King of Swords and there's a Page of Swords. A mini-me. Somebody trained that's bringing him in. So Thomas is getting lured by one person to come to the bigger dog. For an exchange, see? Making them both beggars. Here's that King of Sword energy, right? The big dude. But then he's got the little ones doing bidding here. Is it a teacher or a coach? Is it a teacher or a coach? Queen of Cups, the seer, the stalker, the witness, the one that saw it all. We have Ace of Pentacle. This person sees him a lot. A lot. And this can be considered racing. This is the finish line, if you will. These people just got, they were married. They're going to run through this portal. And this is the finish line. So in a sense, this could be a competition. This could be spilt trophies. Like spilt trophies. With the Ace of Pentacles. I do feel it is someone that the family knows, would never expect it. And it's somebody that Thomas thought he could trust. Wow, you guys. I pray for Thomas Medlin. I pray that he is safe and that he is able to get to safety. And, yeah. I pray that in Jesus' name. Abandonment. He has abandoned his family. The son. The prodigy. He was the son. Ace of Wands, phallic. The that is what I have for you today. Thank you for asking all those phenomenal questions. I really appreciate your input. I appreciate the positive energy for Thomas Medlin. I say a prayer for him. I do not envy his family at all. I pray for them as well, and that everything works out just fine. I will keep you updated as we go forward. And thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Nikki UK. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Jennyville. Thank you, Zozo. Thank you, Jennifer Swain. Thank you, Debbie Gazzardo. I think I said that. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, everybody. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. And like I said, I'm following this case. I check all the time for updates. Just remember, if you read something that is like shocking information, a missing child has been located, or this child's coat's in the river, go look it up on your 3 trusted news programs. If they're not saying it, you're more than likely tuning in to gossip, all right? So don't be the enabler of gossip by going into a room and just posting, this child has passed away, or this child's been found. Do your diligent research. We owe that to these children. If we're going to be the voice of the voiceless, we need to make sure that we present it with all transparency and truth the best that we can. And I know that you have all good hearts. I love you guys. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for hyping up our channel, which you can do after the live has aired and we're on replay crew. Can't be done before that. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And thank you for visiting my shop. I love you guys, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace out.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think that